Man, I heard this really, really cool quote, and when I heard it, I was like, "Ooh, man, that's fire!" And I gotta jump on here and say it because you know how the world says that masculinity is toxic, right? This quote went, "Masculinity is not toxic. The absence of it is." Masculinity is not toxic, but the absence of it is toxic. And boom, right there, it helps just to make so much sense, especially about what's going on with today's world, right? And look, some people think that masculinity is going around being Mr. Tough Guy. Yeah, I'm the biggest guy around, right? I'm the smartest, I'm the coolest guy around. You know, that makes me the most masculine. I'm bigger than you and I'm better than you. It's like, no, man. That's not masculinity. That's just wimping out. That's just being arrogant and cocky. And no, man, no. Real masculinity has a lot of qualities. But it comes down to being a good man and doing the right thing, right? It comes down to being strong. It comes down to being, selfless, loving toward others. It comes down to giving that helping hand, helping a brother up, helping a sister up. It comes down to spreading good in the world and fighting against evil. It is taking care of your responsibilities, right? Not letting laziness or lust or any of that kind of BS get the best of you. There's a lot of what it means to be a man. It's not just about being big and being tough. It's not as simple as that. There's so much that comes to being a man, but what it really comes down to is simply just being a good person and doing the right thing, even when the rest of the world is not. That's how you're going to be a man. And, a lot of the world, especially the more that we move away from God, our brains start to get fogged of what's actually right. I've even heard videos of certified doctors saying that men need to be watching inappropriate videos and doing that on a daily or weekly basis because it's going to help you to stay healthy. And if men who don't do it are known to be more depressed or have worse physical health problems down there, it's like, no, man. Men that do that take it from someone who used to be addicted to it. Men who do that, man, they become more depressed because they do it. Because they're watching other women do it with another guy. They're having this kind of, weird virtual relationship, like watching, no, it's not mentally healthy, man. And a lot of the world promotes this stuff. I mean, you could literally go online and just type it in right now and watch it for free. It's so effed up. And, a lot of the world also says, they make fun of us for trying to work out. I've seen videos of guys who make fun of people that just want to work out or get in shape. And it's like, dude, us humans were made to physically be active. I mean, it's a known fact that when you're physically inactive and you don't do anything, I'm not saying you have to go build extreme muscle, or I'm not saying I'm talking about just staying in shape in general. I don't care if you have the biggest muscles or I don't care. I'm talking about physical activity and staying in shape in general, right? And yet I've seen videos of men who make fun of people who are physically active and try to stay in shape. And they'll make fun of them. Oh, I'm Mr. Workout. And, oh, yeah, I think I'm better than everyone else because I'm running. It's like, dude, no. We're just trying to keep ourselves healthy because people that are physically inactive, they get big, they get fat. And that destroys, yes, their physical and mental health. But it also leads to, whether you're fat or not, being physically inactive and not even doing any kind of physical activity or workouts whatsoever, that's the kind of stuff that leads you to having physical health problems later in life. It leads you to having these diseases or these bad internal physical health problems. like that's the kind of stuff it leads to, man. So a lot of the world likes to make fun of people for working out or staying physically active or for trying to break their inappropriate video addiction, we'll say, making fun of people who believe in God, right? Making fun of people who are trying to better themselves. And yeah, while it's not a lot of the world, there is a lot of the world that is into working out. I mean, you go to gyms and you see, I mean, I've been seeing a lot more gyms get packed lately. It's great, man. Or at least when I used to go like months ago. But I mean, I know people that still go to gyms, and I see people working out. I see some people working out outdoors. I see people taking runs. I mean, this one time I saw this really big guy taking a run, and I just couldn't help but think in my head, like, get at it, man. Like, keep going at it. You know, that's freaking awesome. I love seeing that, man. I love seeing that. And that's what a man does. A man doesn't, like, go around trying to put people down or think they're better than someone because they're in better shape or in a better position in life. No, man. A real man goes around and lends a helping hand. A real man goes around and compliments the people that never receive compliments from anyone. You know, a real man supports people that are doing good in what's right, and then fights against evil and what's wrong. And deep down inside, even though a lot of the world has twisted our ideas of what's good and what's evil, trying to tell us that evil is good and good is evil. Oh, believing in God, working out, you know, trying to better yourself. No, that's ridiculous. You know, you're just trying to look cool. You're just being cocky and arrogant. When in reality, it's like, no, bro, I'm just trying to make myself better. What are you talking about? And then, you know, if you watch inappropriate videos and you stuff your face with junk food and you don't work out and you try to just be as lazy as possible and sit around doing nothing all day, then hey, you're in a good spot. Now, of course, again, there's a lot of the world that does support working out and does support believing in God and does support trying to better yourself. There is a lot of the world like that. And that's great because I think I'm seeing a lot more of a comeback to that good stuff than, you know, years ago. I think I'm really seeing a big shift. And I was even looking it up too, and I guess there's like kind of a big shift going on where a lot of young men and like a lot of the younger generation is looking to God more and getting into the gym and just doing workouts more and trying to better themselves more and actually trying to help themselves more in the good and right ways, right? So we're seeing this kind of big shift, and I'm very, very grateful for that. I think that's awesome, man. I think that's awesome. And if I can come on here and just spit some game and like show my workouts and that's gonna motivate you, like heck yeah, man. You know, I'm doing the workouts and I'm thinking about the lessons I've learned, and I'm reading my Bible every day, and I'm going on little adventures every day. So it's like, hey, I might as well just record it, because even if the camera was off, I'd still be doing this stuff. You know, and there's some days where I don't feel like recording my workout. Okay, I'll just do it on my own. But bottom line is that, hey, if I can motivate or help the younger generation in any way, like, I'm going to. You know, all I got to do is just record what I'm doing and like what I've learned and stuff like that. And I'm so grateful to see this kind of shift coming back in. You know, where the younger generation is looking to God and trying better to be better. And it's not being shamed or anything like that. I think we've just come to realize that a lot of what the world's telling us is lies. Oh, men need to do this every day and watch inappropriate videos in order to stay healthy, and mentally okay. You know, young men need to, not, I guess, work as hard. Like, yeah, we need to work hard, but it doesn't mean hustle 24/7. But, no, the younger generation, they shouldn't work as hard, and they shouldn't, be stressed out. It's like, yeah, we shouldn't be stressed out, but we should feel a little bit of stress and pressure, man. Hey, pressure is what makes diamonds. Anytime I've ever felt stress or pressure in my life, it's actually helped to build me. I'm not saying to go and just be stressed out 24/7, but a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure, it actually does good for a man. So look, the bottom line behind all of this, man, is that the world's trying to twist our idea of what's good and what's evil, right? But deep down inside, deep down in the back of our soul, in the back of our mind, we know what's good and we know what's right and wrong. We know that when we watch inappropriate videos, we know it's wrong, even though the world or some of the world may tell us it's right. We know that when we stuff our face with, crappy food, like 24/7, we know that that's wrong, even though a lot of the world around us does it and tries to say like, oh, it's okay, it's cool. We know that when we're not working hard, we know that it's wrong. Even during a period of my life when I was only working 15 hours a week at like the age of 22, which is embarrassing, but that's what I was doing. I knew when I was doing that, I knew in the back of my soul, I knew in the back of my mind that it was wrong. But I just kept trying to tell myself, oh, it's all right. You're gonna have plenty of time to work full time when you're older. It's like, dude, I'm 22, bro. I'm 22. I'm not saying I have to have some big old fancy career right now. I'm still young, but I should be working a lot more than 15 lousy hours a week. But it's not about the number of hours. It's not about, you know, how long you work out. It's just about the fact of, are you doing the good? Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing what's good and what's right? Are you doing what you know you need to be doing as a man? Because at the end of the day, right, even the people that go around and say, oh, I'm the coolest, I'm the best, and, you know, start bragging about themselves and say that that's masculinity, it's like, bro, deep down in the back of their souls, they know it's wrong. They just do it because they're giving themselves the okay, or other people around them are giving them the okay. But what makes a masculine man is doing what's good and what's right, regardless of what anyone else says, regardless of what you may tell yourself. It's doing what you know is good and right. That's the bottom line. And if you're ever unsure, that's literally why we have God, because he's the definition of good and right and perfect. But, you know, bottom line is that it's not masculinity that's toxic. It's two things. It's one, having the wrong idea of masculinity, thinking that masculinity is being Mr. Tough Guy and going around thinking you're better than everyone else. No, that's not masculinity. That's like, that's just wimping out and having zero confidence. But like, that's like fake confidence. And it's not even like being arrogant, cocky, fake confidence. That's not masculine. That's like stuff little kids would do, bro. That's number one, is having the wrong idea of masculinity. Masculinity is not toxic. Having the wrong idea of it can be. And number two, the absence of masculinity is what's toxic. Because when you got men like how I remember I used to act like feminine, and I used to always complain and whine and like not become the man I was supposed to. I remember my mental health was destroyed. I remember I was like so lost and stuck in life. I remember no one respected me. Like I was just like I didn't even respect myself, because I was going around acting feminine. I was going around acting like a little boy. I was going around, you know, looking for attention 24/7 and you know, like playing the victim card about everything, even though I was causing like most of my own problems just from being a little boy and not the man I was supposed to be. So yeah, when men act like that, no, bro, like that's the absence of masculinity, and that's toxic. That destroys a man's mental health, and it destroys like a man's confidence, and it messes up a man's life. Trust me, I've been there, done that. So it's not masculinity that's toxic. Loving other people, taking care of other people, lending a helping hand, lifting a brother or sister up, taking care of your responsibilities, being strong, being stoic, being disciplined, becoming the man God made you to be. None of that is toxic. That's masculinity, and none of it is toxic. In fact, it's so good that that's literally one of the reasons why I named this mission masculinity. I mean, I had to put masculinity in like the name of this mission that I'm on, right? Every day, because it's the perfect descriptor, you know. So yeah, masculinity, again, not toxic. What is toxic is having the wrong definition, and number two, just having the absence of it. That's what's really toxic. But once you become kind of the strong masculine man that God's made you to be, doesn't mean you can't fail or have weak moments. I have had a lot, but I'm talking about the overall picture. Once you become that man, or at least continue to become that man each and every day, because honestly, it's just about bettering yourself. I don't think there really ever is an end point. You know, it's just about bettering yourself every day as a masculine man, a truly masculine man. That's completely changed my life, made my life so much better, and has just built all areas of my life in the good and righteous ways that it's supposed to. I still make mistakes, I still screw up, I still fail, I still have a lot to learn and go through. I'm not perfect, and I never will be, but it's about becoming better and more masculine every day. That's what really counts. And when you live a life like that, you're going to understand why you can never go back to ever being a feminine man or a little boy or whatever kind of life that you used to live as a man, right? Before this kind of life. And I'm just so grateful that God has showed me this and brought me here to where I am today. And if I can help anyone in any way, you better bet your balls I will. So, that being said, masculinity, not toxic, never will be. Only the wrong definition of it is, and only the absence of it is. That being said, let's get to working out. Let's go. All right, I'm going to be doing a workout in this kind of farmland. I don't know what it is about like the farmland and looking out into the distance with like the electrical wires, but I love it and I think it's absolutely awesome. So that's exactly where I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to try to go as far back as I can before like seeing where the end is, and then that is where I will do my push workout. I think it's pretty darn cool, especially when you get to look out all the way out there and all the way out there. And then I don't know how far back this goes, but it does go pretty far back, and I'm making sure to be careful not to step on any of the crops that are starting to grow in. So yeah, I'll see how far back I can go, and I'll see you there for the workout. And I will say I am very grateful for this warm weather. We're getting a nice big old heat wave that's going to get into about the 95s where I'm at. Real feel 100s, maybe above that. Well, I mean 100s, yeah. I don't think it'll get like to the 110s or anything, but it's possible. But on the bright side, even though I'm sweating like a pig, in a sense, I'm actually grateful for it, because I don't know what it is about like the summer scent and the smell and just that warm air hitting you, but man, it brings back so many good memories, like all the summers I've had in the past, and in the meantime get to create more good new memories too. So it just has such a great feeling to it, and I'm grateful, especially because the past few days have felt like early fall days, which is really odd for end of June, but now that summer's finally making its comeback, I'm very grateful for that. And man, I have walked out far. I don't know if I want to go all the way down or kind of stick with where I'm at, because I mean, yeah, there's like houses surrounding it, so it's not like I'm in the exact middle of a farmland, like just in the middle of nowhere, I should say. I'm in farmland, but not in like the middle of nowhere. But it's still really darn cool. So I don't know how far back I want to go, but when I stop is when I'll do the workout. So I'll see you then for real. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here and do the workout here. The only bad part about this is I completely forgot my gloves, so I'm gonna kind of have to just wing it, even with a bunch of like this wood. I mean, it's probably crops or something, but a bunch of this like stuff on the ground is probably gonna like spike into my hand at some point, so I'm just gonna have to wing it and go from there. But I will say, it is very nice and peaceful back here. I mean, beautiful, perfect weather, no wind. Yeah, there's a world all the way out there, but I'm back here. There's barely any noise. All I really hear is like the 1 mile an hour wind that there actually is, like hitting the trees up there. But oh, it's so peaceful and beautiful, I'll tell you. That's why I love doing these outdoor workouts, no matter what time of season, like no matter where I'm at, there's always something beautiful about it to enjoy. Whereas like the gym, I will say I missed the gym, and I thought about getting back into it and splitting it up half and half, like half weightlifting, half calisthenics. Just because what I like about the gym is like kind of getting to meet new people, or be around people in a sense. But then I also like the peace and kind of loneliness of being out here in there's a different environment every day. There's a different like landscape and a different world each day, different part of the world I'm in. Well, part of my hometown, I guess you could say, or home state, unless I take a vacation, which is coming up soon. Anyway, but different parts of it's like something different every day, right? Something different. It's peaceful. It's lonely, but in a good way. Just kind of get to focus on going as hard as I can while also being at peace. But then the gym, it's the same environment every single day, kind of gets boring. But what I do like about it is, again, just having people around you. So you split it up half and half. Therefore, I can have half social time, half lonely time, and have half of like the same exact environment, same exact routine, and then half of the kind of same routine, yeah, but different environment, right? So I was thinking about splitting it up half and half. If anything, I'll probably do it when like it starts to get colder out. And I'll still be doing my cold training and everything, but also just getting into the gym because no one's outside, during the winter time. So even if I wanted to meet people outside, I couldn't. But bottom line, I was thinking about it, but we'll talk when I've kind of come to a decision, I guess. But for now, regardless, I'm still going to be outdoors, changing environments, location, and I'm just enjoying the peace and kind of loneliness while also getting in a good workout too. So that being said, I'm going to get to this. It is push-ups in a prairie day, I guess you could call it, push-ups in a field. And I'll just do different variations of push-ups, where it's going to hit my chest, triceps, shoulders, and do some neck curls too. So that way I can hit all those push muscle groups And then I'll throw in some planches, maybe some L-sits in there, just for the sake of skills. So yeah, let's do this, man. And I'll tell you what, I'm only gonna show one set today because I went to a Sox game yesterday. It was absolutely awesome. And so I want to put a bunch of clips of that into here. So yeah, I'll show a good full set rather than 3 like I usually do. I'll show a good full set. I'll finish up the rest on my own time, and it'll give a little bit more time to show some clips from the Sox game as well. That way, this doesn't go on too long or anything. Kind of split it up a little bit, you know? So, let's do it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, forget the neck curls. I don't want to be laying down, like accidentally laying on some crops or anything. But I'm telling you, the longer that the workout goes on, or the longer that the circuit goes on, the tougher it gets to do more. Especially when it's hot and humid. Whoo! But it's good. It hits really good when you do. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of this, show you the physique check, and then obviously show the clips from the Sox game and Bible reading, and go from there. Call it a day. So I'll see you then. Okay, physique check time. Whew. Oh, I'm gonna embrace the sunshine, embrace the humidity, embrace the heat, man. It's a good like 80 something degrees out. That's what I do know. So I know like over the next week it's gonna be a good 90 something degrees, but that's gonna be during midday, and those days I'm gonna be at work except for Tuesday. But even so, I'll probably do either an early morning or probably a late night or like afternoon workout. I know in one of my previous videos, like before I started this new schedule, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a workout in the morning before work. But after realizing I had 10-hour days, I'm like, I don't know if it's better to do it before or after. Usually I would be the one to say do it before, but the fact that I start at 7:30, have a 10-hour day, and I still want to get in some sleep too, and be able to spend time with my family at night, because if I were to do the workout in the morning, plus the rest of my routine, like, you know, having something to eat before work, getting ready to go, planning out some of the day at work, because I got to do that too, I would have to get up easily at between 4:30 to 5. And then when I come home at night, I mean, I would be absolutely dead, right? But even doing like the work day first and then the workout after, I still come home feeling kind of dead. But like, at least I was able to sleep in a little bit longer in the morning, you know? So as much as I'd usually be an advocate for get it done with, do it first, in this instance, it works better at night for me in the evening time. So I've been doing it at night, like evening, nighttime, right? It's still sunny out too. It's still like fairly bright out, but I just think it works better for my routine. That's just me personally, you know. Honestly, as much as I'm an advocate of do it, you know, first, get it over with kind of thing, you also got to enjoy it too. It's not just about getting it over with, number one. Number two, it is about enjoying the process, because if you don't enjoy it, it starts to feel more like a chore rather than kind of like a self-improvement like activity, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take some discipline, but it shouldn't feel so much like a chore to where you have no excitement doing it, right? You're supposed to have a good time with it as much as you can. And whether that means you do it in the morning or the evening, honestly, as long as you do it, man, and you put in all your effort that you can, like that's what matters. It's not about what time you do it, it's about, do you do it? That's the bottom line. So yeah, usually I would be one to get it done with in the morning time. But considering my work schedule, it just works better to do it in the evening. And again, it's not about what time you get it done with. It's not about how quick did you get through it. It's about, did you even do it? That's what it's about. It's about, did you do it? Whether it's morning or evening, doesn't matter. It just comes down to, did you do it? And did you give it your all? And did you enjoy it at least a little bit, you know? Because while it's not going to be the most exciting activity in the world, for the most part, I mean, for some people it is, and that's great. Even for me, there's a lot of days where it's one of my most exciting parts of my day. But regardless of if it is or is not, it should still feel at least exciting or enjoyable in some way, shape, or form, right? And for me, doing it in the evening time, it's just more enjoyable. And I'm able to still do it. I still do it and give it my all. So that's what matters. So yeah, little fitness advice. You're gonna hear some people say, no, do it first thing in the day. No, do it last thing in the day. Just do it sometime. Just do it whenever you have an open slot and whatever works best with your schedule, because everyone's schedules are different. Everyone's routines are different. The people that are saying do it first thing in the morning or do it last thing at night, those are the people that it works best for their routine. But your routine may be, it works the opposite time than what someone else is telling me. Honestly, as long as you do it, as long as you give it your all, and as long as you enjoy it at least a little bit, like, that's what it comes down to, man. All it comes down to is, did you do it? And did you give it your all? Like, that's what it comes down to. Regardless of if it was in the morning, midday, evening, late night, doesn't matter. Just do the work you know you're supposed to do. That's the bottom line. Anyway, let me show you those clips from the Sox game. Well, first, this is about how far out I am, in case you were wondering from earlier. It's pretty darn cool. From like kind of like the rest of the world, if you will. Also some houses back there too. And then back here, it's just a lot of forest and farmland. So anyway, let me show you those clips. Oh yeah, here we are. Here we are, good old Sox game. And I heard that they did really good last night, but they're not doing bad right now. They're just kind of not doing so good either. But so far, it's like 0-0. Basically 0-0, but it's cool just being here. I will be honest and say that I did cheat on my diet a little bit. I got a good old-fashioned funnel cake earlier, along with a basket of chicken tenders, but it was really stinking good. You gotta have some food at the ball game, man. You really do. And we are sitting right down around there, so I came all the way over here. But yeah, really stinking cool, man. Really cool view too. There's no feeling like being at a ball game on a summer day, man. And it's nice. There's like a nice breeze too, even though it's hot. It's still kind of like that lake breeze, but oh man, it's beautiful. I already know the rest of the day is gonna go by fast, and I'm gonna look back and miss this, so I'm gonna try to enjoy as much of it while I can. I'll still take a couple clips while walking around, but I got to, and even like while I'm at my seat, but I got to enjoy this as much as I can, man. It's too nice. It's kind of a view from outside one of the gates. Well, a little bit above, but it's pretty darn cool. It's nice, man. The one time I came here, it was about 5 years ago, and I still can't believe it went by that fast, but I remember it was nighttime when we were leaving, and you were able to see the whole Chicago skyline. Like, I'm talking where the Willis Tower is at and everything, or the Sears Tower, and it was like all lit up at night. It was super cool. It was super cool. Oh yeah, man, I saw that rolling on by. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Now imagine doing some push-ups in front of there. If I came by myself, that's probably what I would be doing after this. But I didn't, so unfortunately I don't think my fam's gonna want to do push-ups in front of a train with me, or like near a train, I should say, not in front, but like near a train with me. There it is. There's the overview of the city, man. It's awesome. So it's like a cool view. So if you think this is cool, you can imagine it at night. Oh man, because it was super cool. And while, yeah, I'm more of kind of a peaceful suburb kind of guy, just like, because the city, there's always a lot going on. And I understand why people like it. It's like cool, I'm definitely more of the kind of like peaceful, not so crowded suburb guy. But at the same time, I can't help but get a nice, breathtaking sight of the city when I'm in it, because it's nice. It's cool. That is awesome. Yeah, you got it too? Yeah, that's perfect. Beautiful. Okay, and leaving off the Bible reading where we left off last time at Mark 15:16. The soldiers led Jesus away into the palace, that is, the Praetorium, and called together the whole company of soldiers. They put a purple robe on him, then twisted together a crown of thorns and set it on him. And they began to call out to him, "Hail the King of the Jews." Again and again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him. Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him out to crucify him. A certain man from Cyrene, Simon, the father of Alexander and Rufus, was passing by on his way in from the country. And they forced him to carry the cross. They brought Jesus to the palace, or to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. Then they offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him, dividing up his clothes. They cast lots to see what each would get. It was 9 a.m. when they crucified him. The written notice of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews." They crucified 2 rebels with him, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying, "So, you who are going to destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, come down from the cross and save yourself." In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him among themselves. "He saved others," they said, "but he can't save himself. Let this Messiah, the King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see it and believe." Those crucified with him also heaped insults on him. At noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 p.m. And at 3 p.m, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lema sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of those standing near heard this, they said, "Listen, he's calling Elijah." Someone ran, filled a sponge with wine vinegar, put it on a staff, and offered it to Jesus to drink. "Now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down," he said. With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in 2 from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus saw how he died, he said, "Surely this man was the Son of God." Some women were watching from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James the younger, and of Joseph and Salome. In Galilee, these women had followed him and cared for his needs. Many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem were also there. It was preparation day, that is, the day before the Sabbath. So as evening approached, Joseph of Arimathea, a prominent member of the council who was himself waiting for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate was surprised to hear that he was already dead. Summoning the centurion, he asked him if Jesus had already died. When he learned from the centurion that it was so, he gave the body to Joseph. So Joseph bought some linen cloth, took down the body, wrapped it in the linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of rock. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance of the tomb. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, saw where he was laid. Praise Jesus, man. Praise Jesus for going through all that just for us, man. For going through all that just for us. How great is he, huh? All right. That being said, that is the mission for today. So now let's go become the great men that God has made us to be. And I will see you tomorrow to continue our mission. Peace.